guys, welcome back to the channel. We made it to Pensacola, Florida and stayed in Pelican Perch Marina for several days. My brother and sister-in-law live close by, so they came to visit and we went out to eat with Big Moose. We can't go under some of the bridges on the ICW from here, so Pensacola is our jumping off point into the ocean. This was our first time ever and it was a little scary, but really exciting. We were met up with some dolphins straight away and we were headed to St. Andrews Bay, which is in Panama City. St. Andrews is a very pretty little town. There's lots of restaurants and stuff to do. It was Christmas time, so the whole town and the park was all decorated with Christmas decorations. It was just a really nice place to get out and walk around. And my brother and sister-in-law came back for another visit. St. Andrews Bay was the location of a large number of salt works critical for the Confederacy during the American Civil War. Edward Crissey, in command of the steamboat USS Bloomer, which he had been instrumental in stealing from her berth near Geneva, Alabama, helped destroy numerous salt works, doing great damage to the Confederate war effort. The shallow draft of the steamboat allowed her to go up inlets where other deeper draft vessels had been unable to travel. There's lots of wildlife in St. Andrews Bay. Wild dolphin are commonly seen in the waters and easily spotted when they're smooth in the mornings. In shallower waters, St. Andrews Bay is known for vast schools of mullet, redfish, and speckled trout. Occasionally, a manatee is spotted in the bay as well. We moved across the bay to Shell Island so we could be closer to the mouth of the ocean when we jumped out to go to Apalachicola the next day. Between 1513 and 1831, control over this area went back and forth between Spain and Britain, eventually being acquired by the U.S. and receiving its current name of Apalachicola in 1831. Some of the places you do not want to miss while visiting Apalachicola is the Raw Bar Restaurant, old-time soda fountain with the largest banana splits in town, the Oyster City Brewing Company, home of Huda Brown Beer, and multiple specialty shops and cute boutiques. We love Clearwater, Florida. It's the typical tourist town. There's so much to see and do, tons of restaurants and shops, and then of course the beach. One place you definitely have to stop at is the Bait House restaurant. It's a tiny little bait house that has just a few tables in the back. If you go, definitely get the appetizer, the drunken shrimp. As for extra bread, you will not regret it. There are more than 120 6-foot-tall dolphins made of glass, ceramic, fiber art, and decoupage, all designed by local artists along the Dolphin Trail in St. Petersburg, Clearwater area. I was able to find a couple of turtle sculptures and a restaurant with their namesake, Caretta on the Gulf. Hurricane Ian devastated Fort Myers Beach in September of 2022. We were lucky enough to visit in January and April of that same year and explore the town and beaches as they once were. The Everglades National Park is a 1.5 million acre wetland preserve on the southern tip of the state of Florida. It's often compared to a grassy, slow-moving river. The Everglades is made up of coastal mangroves, sawgrass marshes, and pine flatwoods that are home to hundreds of animal species. Among the Everglades' abundant wildlife are the endangered leatherback turtle, Florida panther, and the West Indian manatee. The Smallwood Store, established in 1906 by Ted Smallwood, was a trading post that served as a remote and isolated area buying hides, furs, and farm produce in exchange for providing the goods required to survive. The Smallwood Store was placed on the National Registry of Historic Places in 1974 and remained open until 1982. When the door shut, 90% of the original goods remained in the store. In 1990, Ted's granddaughter reopened the store as a museum, and today it serves as a time capsule of Florida's pioneer history. The Florida Keys Landed Trust created in 1976 by a group of concerned citizens in an effort to save the hardwood hammocks of the Florida Keys. These tropical woodlands called hammocks contain both unique hardwood species such as lignum vitae and Jamaican dogwoods, along with native thatch palms that grow no place else in the United States. In August of 1978, the Florida Keys Land Trust was incorporated as a nonprofit organization for the purpose of preservation, conservation, and the restoration of rare and endangered areas of the Florida Keys. In 1989, the trust purchased the 63 acres known as Crane Point, saving this unique parcel of land from scheduled development. Crane Point is undisputedly an ecological and cultural treasure and is now the largest and most important parcel of land owned by the trust. The Turtle Hospital opened its doors in 1986 with 4 main goals: rehab injured sea turtles and release them back to their natural habitat, educate the public by visiting local schools and attending outreach programs, conducting and assisting with research aiding sea turtles in collaboration with state universities, and working towards environmental legislation making the beaches and waters safe for sea turtles. The hospital has successfully treated over 3,000 sea turtles since its founding. The turtles are released as close as possible to where they were found.